Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Friday, March 27th, 2026. I, of course, am Hammer, founder of Hammer Solutions, products that help originators get more business from Google, AI search, and social media in 2026. Check those products out. Originator Success, Grab and Go Social, and Rate Sensei. They are three separate products. However, there are discounts if you're a multi-member. But anyway, check those out. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, though, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, where I talk about what's going on in the markets, what's affecting rates and prices. Not good news today, my friends. Not good news. You're not going to like me. Not going to like me very much. Today, we're going to be talking about why you're not going to see rates in the fives again for quite a while. We have absolutely crossed a threshold where it's going to be a while. So we're going to go into that. We're going to talk about what's going on. We're going to talk about what's going on next week, what to expect this weekend. I got to disagree with my buddy Ron Siegel. I don't see him on yet, so I'll wait, but I don't think it's going to be a good weekend. Remember, if you want to make sure that you join me live each and every weekday morning and don't miss a moment of the show, get our reminder text with the links so that you don't have to worry about missing a moment. Check us out, hmmr.io/reminder, or use this cool QR code. That will go ahead and that will sign you up. We don't use your information for any nefarious reasons. You're not going to get served a bunch of Facebook ads because you signed up for my text alerts, I promise, unless you talk around your phone, because that son of a bitch is always listening. But anyway, good morning, my friends. So glad to have you here. If you are watching on the replay, don't forget, give me hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here, because Facebook tells me I get like 400 people that watch. No, I don't. There's not 400 people that come back and watch. Not when there's like 20 of you that put hashtag replay on the different channels. So anyway, don't forget to smash that like button, tag an hello friend. Your comments feed my engagement. The more excited you want me to be, the more I want you to comment. So welcome to the live, folks. We'll get started in a moment. Mike Tebow. We got Allison Foy, Rob Stewart, Yasmin, Martin, Rob Wilson, Kenny Rivard. So great to have all of you here. Amy Blauser and Zane. What's up, Mr. Zane? Zane, you've got to be one of the most well-educated on world events and mortgage markets kids in 8th grade in the nation, dude. I know you're forced to listen to me, but I hope we have some fun together, my man. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with a quick recap of yesterday. Let me bring up the screen, and we will go from there. So pulling this over, here you go. Let me put this side by side and pull it over a little bit here. All right, so this is what happened. A quick recap. So everything after this text right here is yesterday. So we started the day. We were down 16 basis points at 98.29. We're going to be switching to the 5.5 coupon on Monday. I'm just staying with the 5.0 to end the week for consistency, but it's not the relevant coupon anymore. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Reprice risk was high on the day. The 10-year was at 4.36. I said, as I continue to warn you, bonds will track with oil, and oil will track with headlines of either resolution or obliteration. This morning, Trump said Iran better get serious soon before it is too late. I wonder what happened to those very good talks. Good talks, very good talks. And with the deadline looming for attacking power plants in Iran, markets are getting even more anxious. Now, that proved not to be an issue if you were watching, because Trump magnanimously pushed back the attack date. They wanted 7 days. I gave them 10 because they let in 8 ships. That was a big present. That was the big present, by the way, the other day. Anyway, here is the first alert a couple hours later, as bonds had basically double tanked. They were down 31 basis points. Here was the second alert 2 hours later, because they really got worse. Minus 57 basis points. And not to be outdone, when we ended the day, we were close to down 60 basis points with the 10-year up at 4.42. An article in Bloomberg talked about how bond traders are preparing for the worst case scenario. And that's about as good of a reason as any to chalk up today's terrible losses. Trump extended the energy attack deadline, but it didn't seem to slow down the sell-off. That's an S autocorrect. Once again, we're faced with a dilemma. Do you lock after bonds take a beating, or do you see if there's any kind of recovery? Notice I couldn't give you any instruction there because there wasn't any to be had. It was just ugly. So if you want to make sure that you are up to date and staying posted through the day, you can sign up for our text alerts, www.ratetextalerts.com. I'll even throw a cool QR code up on the screen for a minute while I go to the next thing. If you like that, you can also sign up there. So let's go ahead and let's go full screen. And I'm going to go ahead and let's go over to the technicals. Let me plop over here. This morning, mortgage-backed securities currently down 28 basis points for the 5.0 coupon. Now, here's what I wanted to show you. And this is where things get a little different than normal, okay? Let me pull this. Let me put my happy little face on over here. Notice that the 5.0 coupon is down 28 basis points. If we look at the 5.5 coupon, it's down 16, about half. If we look at the 6.0 coupon, it's only down 4 basis points. That's not normal behavior. We don't usually see that. Why are we seeing that now? What does that tell me? If you are a trader and you are buying bonds, you're not day trading bonds. You don't want to be buying them and selling them constantly, right? It shows us that markets are leaning into the idea that higher rates are going to be around. When you look at the 5.5 and the 5.0, and when they are selling this hard, that's because people are moving up in coupons. That's what that tells me. Traders are moving up in coupons. Now, I don't know if Siegel is on yet. Somebody that's a big market person could say, Hammer, you have no idea what you're talking about. They wouldn't be wrong, but I think I'm right. I think it's what's happening here. It just kind of goes, it makes sense, right? So this shows us, markets are basically telling us where it's going, not to mention the fact that the 10-year treasury, it's almost at 4.5. Remember, we were at 3.94 down here right at the end of February before this whole Iran debacle. And yes, I call it a debacle. I don't care if you want to, whatever. I don't know if they were as much of a threat as we're being told. But anyway, the way it's been handled, so far, but we'll see. Anyway, 4.46 markets, we've seen nothing but seen this thing go up. Now, through this whole, I'm sorry, you're not seeing it as clear because let me get my head out of the way. Well, I'll make this smaller. So anyway, as we've gone through this, I've warned y'all that things were going to get worse and that anytime we're seeing optimism drives improvement, but it's always short-lived. It's always short-lived. So rate sheets today, when you're down, you could argue that we're only down 4 basis points if you use the 6.0, but when you look at rate sheets, they're not pricing off the 6.0. They're pricing off the 5.5. Generally, this is the one that you're going to see that they're pricing on. So again, I'm showing all of them today, but we're going to switch to the 5.5 as the one to follow basically now and next week, right? So if we were down 27 basis points, that would be even worse. I don't think you're going to see rate sheets take that much of a beating. If we take a look at what we saw yesterday, it was 98. Here, let me switch this to the 5.5 so we can see, just to give us some perspective, right? So it was 100.29, then it was 99.84, so that's about 50 basis points. And then today it's only down, about 20, 99.84 to 99.63. Oh, why is it showing? Am I still in the right? 99.69. I got to refresh the page. This chart's not matching the numbers. There we go. Minus 14. There you are. So 99. It's still showing a current of 99.63. No, anyway, glad it's not my program. I don't have to worry about it. So, but in a nutshell, you're going to see worse rate sheets is the bottom line. Take a look at these puppies. We are pushing up to 6.62. I said before the other day that I thought the rates were going to get 1/4 to 3/8 of a point higher, and we are well on the way to that. So we were at about 6.5. We're up about 6 5/8. I think we'll be at 6 1/4 this morning. 6 3/4 this morning. Very close to that, if not that. Rates in the 7s are right around the corner. So keep that in mind. Reprice risk on the day is high. When any talk of a ceasefire leads, we'll see improvement. But if boots on the ground increase, we see it all turn around. It all just wipes away. And I think that this weekend we're going to see more talk of boots on the ground than we are going to see any resolution. Now, Is Siegel on yet? I haven't seen him. So Siegel said he thinks Monday that things are going to get better because that has been the situation lately. Maybe we'll see what we saw earlier this week, where Saturday Trump will announce something that would normally really, really devastate markets. Maybe he'll announce that we're going in with boots on the ground. Boots on the ground is the next thing that's going to drive rates higher. Right. So maybe Trump says we're going in with boots on the ground. Maybe he says that on Saturday, trying not to shake up markets too much. But the reality is that, and maybe on Monday he says, well, we've had really good movement on the talks where everybody is there waiting, but we're not going in yet. We're not doing anything yet. Who knows? We'll see. He also has pushed off and said he's not going to attack the energy facilities in Iran until April 6th. But that goes against international law and like the rules of war and all this ridiculous stuff that we have. Again, I don't understand how you can have rules to war. I just imagine this is like that. Have you guys ever seen the clips on social media where people stand there and slap the shit out of each other? It's a slap fight. And they're like, I feel like that's what we're in. I feel like this thing with Iran is like a slap fight where we stand there, they slap us, we slap them. We've got Israel in the back who's kind of egging us on, like, yeah. Looking at the headlines here on Bloomberg, it says here Israel will continue to escalate attacks. They don't care. They don't care what is being said here. They are saying that they're going to continue. So Iran and Israel continue drone and missile strikes after Trump's deadline extension. Israel warns it will intensify its hits on Iran. Iran says it turned back 3 container vessels attempting to transit the Strait of Hormuz. The Middle East, though, they're starting to get tired of this crap. So we could see things even escalate further, and there could be some more going on there. That could all happen. It could start this weekend, and that's why my advice remains to lock. So also, why do I say rates will not return back to the fives? Let's just take a minute and get there. So also, let's pay attention. Brent oil tops $110 again. Chinese ships turned away from the Strait of Hormuz. Chinese were the friends of Iran. So this is not good that you see that they were turning them away. And if we take a look at oil prices right now, let's go ahead and just go here and oil and Brent. So it's at about $111 a barrel, $111 a barrel. So I think rates push back into the sevens, even when a resolution is reached. Rates are not going to drop back down. We saw that remember, it's right here, 5.99. Take a screenshot of it because that's as close as we're going to get to seeing it. February 27th was a lovely day, right? That was before things started to go up. And we saw things, the first part of the situation with Iran, markets were kind of feeling it out. Hey, is this a short-term thing? Is this really a big deal? It's just some airstrikes. We haven't declared actual war. Are things going to slow down? Where do we kind of get, right? Then you go to the next level, and this is where it's like, okay, it's going to keep escalating. It's going to keep getting worse. I don't remember what day it was where Trump first said, we're almost done. We've won already. And markets were like, okay, they wanted to listen. They wanted to believe. They wanted to hear it. And we saw an improvement. And then a couple of days later, it washed away. And then now, as you see, we're continuing to rise higher. And again, I'm going to throw it out there. You should be locking basically everything you can, because I think that as this continues, and if we do not see a true ceasefire resolution in the next couple of weeks, if we cross into April and we're in, the middle of April and we're still talking about Iran, we're going to be in rates in the sevens. That's just where we're going to be. So even when a resolution is reached, though, we're not going to see rates drop back down. They're not just going to fall and come back to here. I think rates move higher, and when we do see a resolution, they kind of come back to here, where we were at just this last week. I think that this is, it'll be very slow to see things change. Look at the expectation for the Fed, right? We have seen a full shift, an about face, where we're not talking about rate cuts anymore. We're talking about rate hikes. Rate hikes. By the June meeting, doesn't matter if Warsh is in. First of all, markets don't think Warsh will be in by then. And even if he was, they're still pricing in that the conditions are going to feed to a rate hike, not a rate cut. Now, again, this could all switch if we really do see the economy fall into the dumper and we start hearing a lot more talk of recession. That will happen later in the year. We could see the lowest rates of the year, but it'll be the second half of the year. But right now, as we get into December, markets don't think there is any chance of a rate cut. You got 0.2%. Somebody clicked the wrong box, right? You got a 60% chance that rates will be the same and a 40% chance that they're going to be higher with at least 1/4 point rate hike, possibly even more. So until markets change their tune, there's nowhere for things to go on this, and keep that in mind. So, all right. Now, that's been fun. I'm going to leave you with the last piece of lock advice here. When a ceasefire is announced, we will see improvement. If a true resolution is announced, we'll see more. Regardless, locking makes the most sense because until we get there, it's going to be ugly. So hopefully this is helping you all when I chat about this stuff. Again, I feel like I'm just ringing the death bell, but let's go ahead and let's spend a minute before I get to the chat and we talk more about you guys. Remember, go check out Grab and Go Social. If there's one thing that does matter, you can go out and get business. Rates are going to get worse, but people will buy. It's going to slow them down, but anyway, you should be doing business and setting yourself up for when rates do fall again. Make sure that you check out Grab and Go Social. It is a easy way. If you are a social media novice, if you're not actively on there, if you did not get 3 loans in 2025 because of your social media, then you need to check out Grab and Go Social. www.grabandgosocial.com. $7 for the first month to get started. Go check it out. We give you daily content to post. We give you weekly coaching and ongoing 24/7 community. So check that out. You got weekly coaching, daily content, and an ongoing community. Use this QR code or check us out at grabandgosocial.com. That said, let's go ahead and go to the chat box. Let's see what you guys had to say. Angela said it was fun while it lasted. It'll come back, but it's going to be a while. Let's see. Where is Sean and Rob? What are you guys saying? Mike Tebow said, kind of funny. Trump wants lower interest rates. Yes, it is. Because Trump wants, it doesn't matter what reality is. Trump will have won the war. He'll have the best economy ever. Did you guys know he is there? He's going to put his name on dollar bills. The president does not sign the money. It's the secretary. It's the Secretary of Treasury. And I forgot who else. Normally there's 2 signatures on a bill. Of course, we're going to have Trump's signature on the bill because he's a narcissist. And I wonder how that even gets pushed through. But we're going to have 2 stamped, what do they call it? Semi-quintennial or something. The 250th anniversary of the United States. We're going to have 2 Trump coins. And we're going to have Trump signing the bills. Feels an awful lot of like North Korea to me, y'all. Really does. It's a good thing that he can only sue people to stop them from commenting. And if y'all feel I'm a little Trump hate today, I am, because I'm just tired of him. I'm just tired of all the whatever, and the people that defend it is ridiculous. So the good news too, by the way, TSA, Trump was going to sign an executive order and fix it all. Don't know how. I mean, we do have a thing called the Constitution, but he's going to wave his magic Sharpie and, things are going to be better. But in the meantime, if that's what got the Senate going, fantastic. Senate did push something through to fund TSA at least. They're just not funding parts of ICE, which as part of the big bloated bill, ICE already has so much funding. This is all just charades. These 2 parties are shit. So if y'all feel I've been beating on Trump, don't worry. We got plenty left for the Democrats. Chuck Schumer is a moron. And he's a career politician, and all he cares about is his career politician. So anyway, as we got here, see if there's anything else for you all to say. Headed to Kauai. Won't be catching you live for a week. Well, that's good, girl. You enjoy them. You enjoy your time. And I will try to keep things calm while you're gone, but no promises because I don't think it's going to be. I think we're going to see rates move higher. Pepperidge Farms remembers February 27th. Yeah, that's it. Forget May 10th, everybody. It's February 27th. So, all right, my friends. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Rob Wilson, Sean Segaloff. I'll have to see what you guys were chatting. Pricing's the best case, 780 FICO. Oh, you read the M&D disclosures. Yeah. No, rates are definitely close to the sevens or in the sevens now. Sean, if you're talking real deals with loan level price adjustments, I think you could absolutely be quoting in the sevens already. So but they're all going to be in the sevens soon, unless they're buying points down. By the way, just so we're clear, I would not be counseling people to buy rates down. I would actually be looking at 1-0 buy downs, getting seller concession to buy the rate down for a year. Rather than price decreases, I think that would be more valuable. Even a 2-1 if you had to, but even a 1-0 buy down, rates will fall again when all of this passes, and it will pass. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to do some pretty gnarly stuff to the global economy. And I think we are going to see an area where, we'll go from the idea of rate hikes back to rate cuts. Things will get there. Trump will get what he wants with rate cuts later in the year when the economy is tanking, and then he'll just lie and tell us all that the economy is doing well, or embellish or exaggerate or whatever. Tell us the economy is doing amazing, even when we will see that it's not. So that's my take on it. Anyway, hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to wrap it up. I will see you on Monday. Remember, on Monday, don't forget to come back on Monday. Join me on Monday. I have a feeling we're going to wake up to boots on the ground, or a very, very big threat of boots on the ground, boots ready to be on the ground. I know that there's a lot of troops that are being flown in, but I think there's already 50,000 troops in that general vicinity already. Or we'll see if Ron Siegel is right and we see optimism. Maybe we wake up and things are better on Monday. But for me, I'm thinking they're not going to be. I think something's going to happen this weekend. That's my gut tells me I'm going with that. So, Amy, this too shall pass. Yeah, it'll pass. And again, we've been through this before. It slows things down. That's why you have to have good business practices. There's people that are making more money and writing more loans now than ever. It will be there. Rates have shot up quick. It's gonna scare people, but we'll get back to it. We will get back to it. And refis, by the way, are, they're down, but they're still up over last year because people need to refi. Even 7% is worth refinancing when you can't breathe because of your payments. So anyway, my friends, have a fantastic weekend. I appreciate y'all. I hope you will join me on Monday, and we'll see where things are at. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.